Hi, welcome to Steph's World. I know it's been a long time since I've done any recordings or anything, but I've had a lot going on in my life, and things have been, more difficult, let's put it that way. I am starting to feel a little better. Guess what I did? I tried to play doctor. I tried to tell my doctor what might be better for me. Oh boy, what a lesson that was. I'm not a doctor. Yes, I think I know my body pretty well, but not that well. Now, computers, that's something else. Yes, I do know computers. As a matter of fact, the computer I'm recording this on, I believe has a virus. Nothing that will hurt you. It's just slowing down. Actually, it's a worm. And I already intend to get rid of it, so don't worry about that. I'm not passing it along, so to speak. I'm cleaning it up before it ever hits the airwaves. That's the good thing about being a programmer. I know how to do that, okay? Let's get back to my world and some of the things that I've learned in my world. There's a lot of things that have been going on. No, my mother hasn't passed away yet. Actually, she's doing pretty darn good. And that's a miracle of life. We never know. Even though the doctors say, well, they're going to die, as they put it. And they surprise us and continue to live. She's actually doing better than she has probably in the last year to 2 years. Part of that is because she's getting good therapy now. She's in a home. They're taking very good care of her. They've got her busy from morning till night, even though she does get to take rests. It's not like the place that I will not name that I was put in mistakenly. And that was a learning lesson. Believe me, down here in the South, I never imagined that something like that would still exist. But anyway, there's a few things on my mind right now. One, first of all, I want to call this Steph's World, sponsored by Steph's Spiritual Foundations. The problem is that some people have started copying me, and they've made copies in respect that they're recording their little girls with a name that is my name, and they're calling it the same thing, and that is not cool. I mean, it's nice that they're doing that, and we can learn so much from children, but it's not cool to copy someone else's idea or their routine. It's just not cool, okay? Not in my opinion. Now, I'm entitled to my opinion just as you are entitled to yours. Let's get into the spirituality of stuff. You know, in my sickness lately, in my inability to do too much, I've been forced to I don't mind reading, but that's even been difficult. So I've been forced to watch some TV, which I hate really getting that involved with. But I decided to check out the channels here in the Savannah area because I never really have. And during the early afternoon, they have Judge Mathis on and Judge Judy and all these judges, right? Really good way to see human nature. It kind of scared me a little bit that people do not think before They let their emotions take control. Some people. I don't mean all of you. Certainly not all of you. How could we have a world if it was all of us? But some of us the younger people, the younger generation, what's going on here? We call it love. What is love? Does anybody have a true definition of love? Well, I kind of do. And I'm basing it on the love that I have for my children. That is probably the best way. Plus the love that I have for my Creator. It's all one and the same. There's a bond between me and my children. And that bond will never be gone. It will never be destroyed. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what I do. That bond will always be there. I could tell you about miracles with my firstborn son that you would just never in a million years believe. But it will be in my book. And by the way, my book's name is Spiritual Foundations. And if I can ever get my company off the road or on the road here, the name of the company is going to be Spiritual Foundations, because Spiritual Foundations has a great meaning to me. It's why there's a rose around my wolf. And that wolf, by the way, is a Shawnee totem. It is said in my family that my mother is a good part Shawnee. She was very dark-skinned all her life, and from the things that she told me and from the things I learned from my half-uncles, I now know that it is most likely true. I also did some research and found it out. Now I divert a little bit. I want to talk about the rose. The rose was my blooming, my growing up. I'm not fully grown up yet. I don't think any of us ever are in this lifetime. That's my own personal opinion. Everybody's allowed to feel whatever they want to feel as long as you don't hurt another person. That's my philosophy. But in my humble opinion, I believe that I had an awakening. I've had many awakenings, but this was a biggie over here. I can't get this straight. It's tough looking into a picture of yourself. But anyway, it was a growing up time for me. It was an awakening. It was a realization of, hey, what am I doing to myself? What am I doing to everybody else? Who should I love? And what is love all about? Well, number one, I should love me first. Me and God, first and foremost, in my mind. These are my philosophies. And they are some other people's too. But I'm only going to talk about mine. First and foremost, I need to love me. Then secondly, I need to love everybody else. Now, honestly, I cannot say that I love everyone else the same way that I love my children. But I need to learn. I need to learn that there is a bond between every single human being, that we are all connected in love, in a great spiritual love. My child that died, that passed away, that moved on, transitioned, as I like to say it, I continue to have a bond with him, with his soul. I do not believe that will ever go away. There are times when I almost feel like he's here with me. The other day, I felt like somebody tapped me on the shoulder. I was getting ready to do something, and maybe it was going to hurt me. And I felt a little tap on my shoulder, like a little reminder, hey, I'm here, don't do that. It might not even have been him, but I choose to believe it probably was. When we have babies, there's a connection that the doctor cuts that kept that child alive, the nutrients that fed that child, the umbilical cord. Well, we have a spiritual umbilical cord, and I truly believe that I have that umbilical cord with all my children. And I also feel that if I choose to have it, I have it with everybody, every human being in this world, Let's not get into other worlds right now. That's for another commentary or whatever you want to call this. But basically, I just wanted to talk about love because, man, I just don't see it. I see angry, upset people. I read what they have to say in the Washington Post, on Yahoo, different places, and it's really scary. What happened to that love that we all should have in our hearts? And when I speak about heart, I'm really talking about my soul. It shouldn't just be for family members. We are all family members. When we're in a car and somebody's up ahead of us and we're mad because they're not moving as fast as we would like them to move, how would we feel if that person was our own child? Would we be angry at them, or would we still love them? Just a little example. Something to think about. But I don't happen to like different people's ways of doing things or handling things. But it doesn't mean I can't love that person. Those are two different things. The way that they behave, the actions that they take are totally different from who they are. It's hard to break that apart, but as human beings and loving human beings, we need to. We need to remember that our actions are not who we are. And I hope that makes sense. I really do. I hope people, if anybody watches this, I hope they understand what I am talking about, because it is vital to our country right now, to our world. We've got some serious stuff going on, and it's downright scary if we don't start looking at how we love one another. Well, I'm going to cut this short. I thank you for watching it, and I wish you a blessed day. Thank you.